everyone, I'm Deanna Corby with Deanna Corby Dressage. I'm a dressage trainer, instructor, competition judge, and USDF bronze medalist. Thank you so much for joining me today. My last video that I did was about how to keep your horse warm, happy, and healthy during the winter time. But today I want to talk about how to keep yourself warm, happy, and healthy during the winter time. Riding in the winter and in the cold, it's kind of a different story than riding in the summer. It's not very inviting to go outside when there's frost on the ground, but it's important for your horse to obviously get the same great care and to get exercise during the winter. So I want to tell you how I dress warm enough to stay outside all day, every day, to ride all of the horses and to teach. And I have some pretty good experience with this. I lived in Maine for several years, and Maine is one of the coldest states in the U.S., trust me. So I learned a few tips. First of all, let's start with the toes. In Maine, when it was really cold, I wore a silk sock, and then on top of that I wore wool socks, and then over that I wore winter boots that were fleece lined. Now I don't need all that in North Carolina where I live now, but if you have bad circulation in your feet and your feet tend to get cold, I would suggest doing that. You can even use hand warmers in your toes. Just make sure that you move your hand warmers around a bit, maybe take them out halfway through the day because they'll get hard. So take them out and shake them, or maybe exchange your hand warmers that you're using in your feet, exchange them for your ones that you have in your gloves, and use that instead. Moving on up, what I use to keep my legs warm are silk long johns if necessary, and then on top of that I have fleece lined breeches. You can pick those up either online or your local tack shop probably has them. By the way, I'm going to list all this stuff in the description section, links to all this stuff in my favorite winter gear in case you want to pick that up. Next, moving up, today I have on kind of a silk lightweight shirt, long sleeve, made by Tailored Sportsman. Actually, it's actually a summer shirt, and so I have that as my base layer, and then on top of that I have a fleece zip-up jacket, and then on top of that, this is key, having a scarf to go around your neck is going to make all the difference. Keeping this right here warm enough is really what is going to keep you comfortable. And then another trick, use a coat that is maybe one size too big, one size bigger than you normally might wear. Also, it helps if your coat covers your hiney. So this coat is just a little bit bigger than what I would normally wear, and the reason for that is you want to be able to have loose enough clothing so that you're creating a little bit of friction. The movement and the friction is what helps you stay warm. Same thing with your feet, by the way. If you can get your winter boots maybe a half a size bigger than normal, your toes are going to be able to move around. If your boot is too small, that's going to make your feet cold. So the silk socks, the wool socks, and the fleece-lined boots creating movement and friction is going to help you keep warm. Another winter hack that I want to show you, it's kind of funny, so don't judge me. I have two pairs of gloves that I use at the barn. My winter gloves that are like fleece lined that I can't really ride in, and then I have my regular summer gloves. I personally don't like fleece line riding gloves. They just don't work for me. I know other people like them, and that's fine, but personally I like to just always ride in my summer gloves. So when I'm ready to ride, I take off my fleece line gloves where I usually keep hand warmers as well. I take off my fleece line gloves and I go to reach for my winter riding gloves, and guess where they are? They're in my armpit. So I keep my winter riding gloves under my arm because it's very warm there, and that's where I kind of store them until I'm ready to ride. So I'll take off my fleece gloves, I'll grab my riding gloves underneath my armpit where they're nice and warm, and that's how I'll ride. One more tip, hats. Hats are great because you lose heat out of the top of your head. That's going to keep you warm. Obviously, this hat isn't going to work for my helmet, so I would exchange this hat for just one of those headbands, like a fleece headband that just covers your ears, and then you can wear that with your helmet. So anyway, I hope these tips help you guys. I hope you're staying warm during this cold winter season, especially for the East Coast. We are very cold this year. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, be sure and click the thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.